Welcome, sir, to the Great Indian School podcast. And let's dive straight into the favorite thing about your school for you. What was your favorite thing?
What, the school that I attended or the school that we run?
The school that you attended, your childhood
Friendships,
friendships.
lifelong friendships. I think a child learns as much from the adults in the child's life as the child learns from people around. Coincidentally, I was hosting a dear friend of mine yesterday from school, and we'd met after maybe 15 years, but it didn't seem like it. So, friendships would probably be the first thing that'll come to my mind.
Nice. So, what sort of friendships did you make in school? Like were those your pre-primary, kindergarten? Are you still friends with those
I've been
time?
very fortunate with my friends across ages. And I think it's not just friendships that you make with people your age, but how your teachers leave a very lasting imprint on you. And there was this teacher of mine in prep class, and she had a very peculiar surname. And about 2 decades later, when I was a school principal, I saw a child's name, and the surname was the same as my prep class teacher name. And I said, well, you know what? The last time I read this name was my prep class teacher had this name. And this father of the child says, well, that's my mother, this child's grandmother. So imagine the kind of impact that one teacher would have made as I was 4 year old. So I believe relationships is something that school gives you.
True. That's wonderful. So, did you get the chance to meet her after that?
No, she didn't live in the city.
Okay.
So, but yes, her memory is super fresh.
Yes.
And yes.
So, another thing. What was your favorite thing to eat in the school, whether in the tiffin or in the school canteen?
Cold Maggie cake.
Yes.
Because you would take Maggie, it was hot, but then
It
eventually
used
became
to
a
be
cake.
cake.
And my mother wasn't a big fan of putting Maggie in the lunch.
I think
As,
no
as
mother is happy to give Maggie
I
to their
understand
children.
now,
Yes.
when my children asked for Maggie, but yes, that cold Maggie cake was perhaps the favorite.
Nice. So, sir, were you like a teacher's? There's a term that teacher's pet. Were you like that sort of student, or were you like a rebel who used to go against the rules?
I believe because my mother was a teacher, so respect of teacher was being taught to us at home.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say I was a rebel, uh, but in some ways I was an outstanding student.
Okay.
I was out of the class a lot.
Okay, you were outstanding in a literal way.
Outstanding.
Yes.
I was doing a lot of things in school, be it curricular, co-curricular, sports. So a lot was happening in the school that I was studying in, fortunately for us, and thus I found myself outside the classroom a lot.
Yes. So when you opened Healthy Planet, is there something that you took apart like from your childhood? ऐसी चीज जो आपके बचपन में हुई थी और आप यहाँ पर भी वो चीज अप्लाई कर रहे हो?
So Healthy Planet is a ecosystem. It's a commune of people coming together for that child in the center of our existence. Like this child who's currently busy thinking of something, or is maybe in his brain even talking to the dog that is in his hand, and is now attempting to put it in a space that he's created for him and would now lock him in. To create an environment where children can thrive, they can experience things, that was the ambition. And I think all of us are products of the education that we got, the experience that we had when we were younger. So attempt has been to co-create with a team of very able educators here an inspiring space that is an exemplar of good work, and for us to then share it with the rest of the world.
Nice. Did you have any school crushes? Did you ever propose to someone in the school?
Yeah, that's a long story. But my wife is somebody I met in college.
Okay. So it's a
And
college romance that
It was college romance, yes. And she actually made me study a lot, because while I wanted to take her to coffee, she wanted to go to the library. So the idea I had was that I want to spend time with you. So that meant I was spending a lot of time in the library.
So book cafes might be your favorite place to go then.
Why do you think we have such a big library in this campus? It is her love story with books,
Nice.
which led to our love story and our children and my
And
younger.
like coffees and book together make for the perfect romantic date, I think.
Yes, indeed. So you make me go back to happy times.
Yes. So, sir, now we'll play a quick rapid fire. I'll ask you a few fun questions, and you can just give me quick, short answers. Your favorite childhood cartoon character?
Popeye.
Popeye. Why? Is any particular reason?
Popeye had spinach and was a strong man when he wanted to be,
Yes.
and he was relentless.
Yes.
So that's why I would say Popeye.
Did you? I used to eat spinach just because Popeye used
There
to
you
eat
go.
it. So were you like that sort of a child who used to just eat spinach because Popeye used to eat it?
No, not really. I did not eat as much spinach as my mother wanted me to eat.
Yeah.
But Popeye would probably be the Popeye had grit,
Yes.
and everybody who has grit will succeed in life.
Yeah.
This is one thing you would want to have all children, all adults discover.
Yes.
Yeah, grit, it'll work out.
True. PT period or library period?
PT period.
PT. Were you into sports?
I was into a lot of sport, but PT period also allowed you to talk.
Yes. Good.
Silent libraries did not allow you to talk.
You could just be immersed in the books there.
So some children were that fortunate that they were immersed in the books, but for the rest of us, it was punishment.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I understand.
So when we created this library, this is not a silent library. This is a talking library. You see people sitting behind, the parents sitting behind, there are conversations happening.
Nice.
So in some ways, I think we've learned from the library that we studied into the library we now run.
Yes. So the coolest item in your school bag that you used to show off?
I would say the item I wanted to show off was a 5-button pencil box,
Yes.
which I never had. I wanted one, but my mother spoke to me about my want and my need.
Yes.
And that pencil box actually became the example that it is something you want, it is not something that you need.
Yes.
So if I could have a 5-button pencil box, then I would have wanted to show that off.
Nice. Now, were you a person who has ever filled a slam book?
Yes, very many.
Nice. So any particular time or any particular message that you still remember that you filled or someone filled in your slam book?
Now you're asking me to go back 3 decades. Memory is failing me. No, nothing stands out.
Nothing that stands out. Okay. Ever caught cheating in class or in an exam?
Never caught.
Never caught. So you did, but you were never caught.
I did it once. It was a Sanskrit exam. And I would always fail Sanskrit.
Yes.
So we went to the teacher to ask for important questions.
Okay.
The teacher was making the question paper.
Oh, nice.
And he left the question paper with us, not realizing that he's making it for the class for which these kids have come.
Yes.
So we saw a lot of the question paper and didn't tell the teacher. That was the only time I passed Sanskrit. So he never found out. We were 5, 6 of us.
That's a lucky coincidence. You can't call it cheating.
But it was, right? I knew the
Yeah.
question paper before the question paper came. So he
Yeah.
never caught us. But that was the only time I passed that subject.
Any particular punishment that you remember from school time?
I remember getting these 2 slaps for running in the corridor. And the reason, I was a grade 9 student, and the reason I was running was because the lunch bell had just gone and I wanted to be back in my class before the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So I was running to my class, and this teacher stopped me and gave me 2 slaps.
Okay.
And then said, "Don't run." I think I still hold it against
First
the
she
teacher.
gave you the slap and then she told you not to
Yeah.
run? Okay.
So, and I was like, no, this is not right.
Not right.
This is not right. So of all the punishment that I've got, and I thank my teachers for correcting me when I went wrong. But this is one that I still feel is sort of unfinished.
Unfair.
I want to go back and have a conversation with that person who gave me those 2 slaps to say, maybe that was a bit too much.
Yeah, true. So, alright. Now, were you someone who used to have a favorite storybook, or were you the one who used to discuss like very, like with very, very dedication towards sports, like a storybook person or a sports person?
I was a sports person. I was clearly a sports person. I played a lot of sports for the school, and the sports took you out. Sports made you understand that you don't always win because of you, and you don't always lose because of yourself as well. So how you are a small part of a bigger whole. So if there is one advice I can give to any parent or anybody who's a caregiver for a child is try and put your child through to any team sport where the win and the loss doesn't always depend on you.
Yes.
You are a small part of a bigger construct.
Nice. So, any subject that you dreaded the most?
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit.
Luckily for me, it was only till grade 8.
Yes. Then you, yeah. Nice. Now, the final question. If you could take back one piece of or any one item or any one piece from your school life today that you would like to get, what would it be? Any memory or any particular item that you would like to carry on?
There was this one day when I went to school and from morning to afternoon only played basketball.
Okay.
And it was not just me, it was a group of 10 of us. And somehow nobody found time to check on us. I would want to have a time of abandon like that with my friends where we're not concerned about what's going to happen in the rest of the day or which meeting is about. So I think I would want to go back to those friends. I'm still in touch with a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a day that immediately just stands out.
Nice. So do you still meet some of them?
I do. I've been very fortunate that I grew up close to where I live.
Yeah.
So as a result, a lot of those friendships are still alive.
Nice. Lovely talking to you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And hope to meet you again.
Thank you.